Okay, thank you very much, everybody, for joining me on this special council meeting. I know it was called at the last minute, or not the last minute, but certainly was added into the schedule late, and that's my fault for not being fast enough to get this material dealt with at the last meeting last week. Hopefully this will be relatively quick. I'm going to call the meeting to order at 12:35. I can confirm by looking at the screen that we have all 10 of us here present. Thank you very much. Nobody absent. Would also point out to those of you who are not in this room that we have the CAO and the clerk and most of the senior department heads or staffers here with us as well to support this event, this meeting. I'm going to read the land acknowledgement statement for a moment. We want to acknowledge that we are on lands traditionally occupied by Indigenous peoples. Indigenous peoples have cared for this territory for the benefit of future generations, and their stewardship throughout the ages is recognized. Okay. I also want to point out that today's meeting is being live streamed and recorded on the Township of Muskoka Lakes website and the YouTube channel. And by participating in the open public meeting today, you are consenting to your image, your voice, and your comments being recorded and posted online. We did seek public feedback or comment on this at TML public comment at muskokalakes.ca and received none. There is no supplementary agenda for today's event. And the last thing I'm going to ask is whether anybody in the room or on the Zoom has any pecuniary interest they wish to disclose. Not seeing any, I will say no, we don't. Okay. All right, thank you very much for this again. We're going to go right to the items of business. There's a half a dozen or 8 resolutions that involve the appointments of various members of council to different positions or posts. We're going to do them one at a time. As you may have noticed on some of the bylaws, I believe there were at least 1 or 2 where names were blacked out. If you went and looked at the closed session material that was available online yesterday afternoon, you would have seen those names and the identification that was being withheld from public disclosure until after the resolutions are passed. And the only reason we would have to go into close to deal with any of this is if, when those resolutions come up, if someone has an objection, we'll table it and go back into closed session so we can talk about it. But for now, we're just going to roll through these. First one that I have is a resolution. I'll point out, obviously, these have all been populated by movers and seconders just randomly. So we won't be calling for movers or seconders from the floor. This is agenda item 5A. Resolution is moved by Councillor Bosenworth, seconded by Councillor Zavitz. Be it resolved that Councillor Susan Mazan be appointed as chair of the General Finance Committee for the Township of Muskoka Lakes. Anybody with a comment, question? All in favor? That carries. Thank you. Anybody opposed? No, that carries. Thank you very much. All right, moving on to the next one. This one moved by Councillor Burry, seconded by Councillor Roberts. Be it resolved that Councillor Rob Bosenworth be appointed as chair of the Planning Committee for the Township of Muskoka Lakes. Anybody with any comments or questions? Can I ask for, whoops, I lost the internet.
Who's sharing their whiteboard?
Can we be heard? There we go. All right. Sorry, little technical issue there. Anyhow, I've read the resolution. I've asked for questions and received none. So I'll call the question. All in favor? And any opposed? None. Thank you very much. That carries. All right, the next one is moved by Councillor Edwards, seconded by Councillor Nishikawa. Be it resolved that bylaw 2022-181, being a bylaw to appoint a deputy mayor for the corporation of the Township of Muskoka Lakes, be read a first, second, and third time and finally passed. Anyone with questions or comments? All those in favor? That carries. Any opposed? I didn't see it. I think it was unanimous. That's good. Thank you very much. All right, next one is moved by Councillor Kent, seconded by Councillor McIntyre. Be it resolved that bylaw 2022-182, being a bylaw to appoint an acting deputy mayor for the corporation of the Township of Muskoka Lakes, be read a first, second, and third time and finally passed. Questions? Comments? Oh,
Is there a name?
it's on the
It's on the bylaw.
bylaw itself, which was included.
Sorry, I wasn't able to get access.
Okay. The name on this one, acting deputy mayor, if I'm not mistaken, is Councillor Zavitz. I don't have it in front of me either. But it's Councillor Zavitz. Yeah. Any other questions? All in favor? And any opposed? That carries. Thank you very much. All right, the next one, moved by Councillor Mazan, seconded by Councillor Zavitz. Be it resolved that bylaw 2022-183, being a bylaw to appoint an alternate member to the District Municipality of Muskoka Council for the corporation of the Township of Muskoka Lakes, be read a first, second, and third time and finally passed. Any questions?
Yes, I think we should be
You,
speaking to you.
please unmute yourself, Councillor Edwards, before you speak.
Oh. Just in case anybody's watching, we should be saying the person's name on all of these here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. I don't want to get it wrong, so let's make sure. I'm positive it's Councillor Zavitz, but is it the right bylaw? Yes. Yes, that's it. Sure, that'd be great if you can do that. Thanks. We're going to screen share the bylaw so you can see the bylaw in its complete form with the name.
This is on the public agenda.
Oh, I opened up the link to.
Yeah. I can tell you, I can just pull it up. I have it right here. So we're having a technical issue trying to pull the bylaw up, but I do have a hard copy. I just got to scroll and find the right one.
Yes.
There we go. Yeah, it's well, you can read it yourself, but it's Councillor Glenn Zavitz. Okay, so now we need to go back and see see who's voting.
Yeah, so
Any-
I can stop screen sharing if that'll help you. Okay.
Thank
hold
you.
on.
Okay, any other questions? All in favor? Any opposed? That carries as well. Thank you. On the floor. Okay, the next one is be it resolved that bylaw 2022-184, being a bylaw to appoint council members as members of the Committee of Adjustment for the corporation of the Township of Muskoka Lakes, be read a first, second, and a third time and finally passed. And as you can see on the screen in front of you, the council member in question is Councillor Edwards. All right, as soon as we can see, anybody have any questions? No questions. Then I'm going to call the question. All in favor? Any opposed? That carries. Thank you very much. Next one. Moved by Councillor Nishikawa, seconded by Councillor Burry. Be it resolved that bylaw 2022-185, being a bylaw to establish and appoint private citizens as members to the Committee of Adjustment for the Corporation of the Township of Muskoka Lakes be read a first, second, and third time and finally passed. And we don't have names, but I can, again, I don't want to guess. I can go by memory.
No, we shouldn't just say.
Oh, we
vote.
don't do that. Oh, okay.
We're just gonna take the vote.
All right, that's, got it. I'm sorry.
We don't need to screen share anymore.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So the question is, does anybody have any questions?
Who are they?
We can go into closed session and have a discussion if you haven't read the materials from the
You
closed
trust
session.
me. You're gonna be really happy.
Councilor Mazan, let me go mute. Okay, the suggestion is that we will go into closed session because evidently there is a concern that some people did not see the names, did not look in the closed session material and see the names. So we will do that.
Are there other things that have to be dealt with before we go into closed session?
There's a motion that'll need to be read, but we just need to get ready because we're gonna need a 2-minute adjournment here. So why don't we just take a 2-minute adjournment?
Okay, you want to run through the rest of this stuff first?
There's nothing else,
Oh.
so it's all closed now.
Oh, it's all enclosed? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are going to adjourn to move into closed.
Nope, we're not. We're gonna take a 2-minute break. We
A two-
can adjourn to go
Not
to close
adjourn,
without
yeah,
a
you're right.
without a resolution.
Right. We'll take a break. 2-minute break. Thank you very much.